What's up everybody and welcome to the cave. I'm GrizzlyKaun and today we're going to be talking some Star Wars. That's right, Maul Shadow Lords has recently dropped its first 2 episodes. Are they any good or are we looking at another Acolyte catastrophe? Smash that like button and let's get into it. Star Wars. For me, it's like having a first girlfriend that I loved more than anything, but had to break up with because she started getting into drugs and
going down a path I can't follow.
Started selling herself on the corner, but I still care about her well-being, so every now and then I look her up on Facebook just to see how she's doing. In short, my relationship with Star Wars is...
it's complicated.
Well, I can happily say that Maul Episode 1 and 2 was a pretty okay start. I guess we can start with my biggest compliment for the show. It holds my attention much better than Daredevil Born Again, but in all seriousness, it was an okay start. The art style looks really good, everything has a texture to it, and the show does have that lived-in feeling. Everything, characters included, has like a hand-painted style to it. It has been cool to watch the evolution of the animation style of, like, say, early Clone Wars to what it has become now. The story even has a dash of intrigue to it. I like how maniacal and scheming they've kept Maul as a character. Do I think this is going to be a necessary story to be told? No. From the trailer, we know the show is going to include the character Marok from the Ahsoka show, who we know how his fate ends up, as well as the bird-faced other Inquisitor or whatever they decide he is, who we also know his fate as well. On top of those two, we also know Maul's ultimate fate. So again, do I think this story is necessary or that it will matter in the long term? No. But I hope nonetheless that it will be a story I enjoy and that I can have fun with along the way. Now before we go further, for the sake of explaining my feelings on the episode, we need to reveal who this character is. I know who she is, I'm sure most of you know who she is as well. If you don't and want it kept a secret, well, I'm about to tell you, so she is a young Darth Talon. We do know that George Lucas's treatments for episodes 7 through 9 had originally planned to have Maul and Talon as the big bads. What Disney and Lucasfilm planned to do with her and how we're gonna get from here to there, I sure as hell don't know, but I guess we're gonna find out. 3 things right away that made my face go, Talon stealing fruit, being told she's gonna be imprisoned for stealing the fruit, and then
you are charged with theft and will be placed under arrest.
What?
I'm sure she's meant to be playing dumb here or something, but for me it just came off as a stupid line. She sounded like a toddler getting caught doing something she shouldn't and trying to act oblivious about it. Second, Maul leaving Brander Lawson alive. At this point, it's completely clear that Maul and his crew have no qualms about taking out loose ends or taking out anyone in their way. It felt very plot armory for Maul to walk up on this guy when his defense is down and just leave him alive like that. Maul basically said, "I'd kill you, but I haven't collected enough plot points yet to unlock that option." Last up, I thought we were on Coruscant this whole time, not Janix. I'd looked this up to even realize that we weren't. Now either they didn't mention it, or they did, and I just completely missed it. I even looked up a transcript of the 2 episodes to see if it mentioned Janix anywhere, and I couldn't find it. But the police kept mentioning about how if they reported this, or if they reported Maul's whereabouts to the ISB, the Empire would be all over the planet and all up in their business. I was like, what the fuck do you mean? Palpatine's headquarters is on this planet, which leads me to believe that they made this planet look way too similar to Coruscant. But this is a problem that Disney Star Wars has run into with a lot of their planet designs. They look just like every other planet that's already been established, so it gets very confusing at times. Speaking of, what's your favorite Star Wars planet? Tell me in the comments below. Mine would probably have to be Cantabite.
Now it's worth it.
Whoa, I'm kidding, sorry. It might be Dantooine from Knights of the Old Republic. I just love the intrigue of the planet and it's cool. Now we gotta talk about the action. I did primarily enjoy the action scenes in these 2 episodes. The speeder chase scenes were pretty well done, I think. It is fun to see some criminals in Star Wars who could really just care less who gets injured along the way or how much property damage they cause. Almost like a GTA style of combat, which a GTA Star Wars video game, I've wanted that for ever. Please give us 1313 back. At the same time, however, they're trying to escape from the cops at a few points, and I feel like they're just completely drawing attention to themselves. It made me think like, okay, this is a fun chase scene, but like, how are you gonna get away if you're just destroying everything in sight? Also, if it wasn't a speeder chase, It was a hallway, in like every damn scene, man, save the one fight between the two gangsters. Even vertical hallways up an air shaft. Ever since people lost their mind over Vader's hallway scene in Rogue One, Lucasfilm has had the biggest hard-on for hallway fights, and they seem to be taking it to the max in this show so far. But overall, I did enjoy the episodes. Like I said, it did hold my attention, and I am very happy that they're releasing 2 episodes at a time. As much as I can't stand Dave Filoni these days, I did love Clone Wars, Rebels has its moments for me, and by the 2nd season of Bad Batch, it did grow on me. So I'm no stranger to these shows, and I am along for the ride. I already know it can't get as bad as Daredevil, so that's a huge plus. At its worst, it'll just end up as some Elseworld story in my mind. I am interested in seeing what they do with Talon, or how they develop her character, where this will take Maul's story, and what's going to come of the Shadow Collective. We'll be here going over the show each week, so be sure you subscribe to the channel so you never miss future content. We're going over a handful of series right now, so be sure to check out some other videos while you're over there. I do look forward to seeing more, and I hope they can stick the landing. That's all I can hope for from Star Wars at this point. So until next time, I'm GrizzlyKaun, and remember, the cave is always open.